had to stretch. I'm also about to premiere something in a bit.
I'll wait until it says we are live.
Yep, still looking. I'm gonna watch the chat in the meantime. It's gonna be a bit. Oh, there we go. Wow! It gives me a Dragon Ball ad. There we go. All right, now you're live now. There. Hold on. There we go. All right, Han, if they're saying you're quiet. Check if you're maybe muted or something, because that might be the issue. Just type it in the private chat and tell me what if you're here or not. Just hang on a second, people. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hun, they're saying they can't hear you. Just doing some stuff here.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
There we go. What happened?
I'm not entirely sure, but I just went into my mic settings to see if that would help. And all right, sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah,
I don't even know where it cut me off
just
at.
keep the current mic that you have now.
Question: where did I cut off at? Like, what was I saying?
I don't believe you were saying anything.
Aw, like how long was that?
Like 3 minutes.
Oh no!
I tried telling you I can't hear you.
I am so sorry, everyone.
No, you just start over.
Okay. Yeah, I am so sorry, everyone. I was hoping this would go smoothly, but hey, I'm just starting again to learn StreamYard again, so,
Yeah,
bear with me
yeah,
here.
yeah. Don't worry, you have help. But anyway, just go through all that again.
Okay, well, I guess I should repeat everything I said. So, um, okay, so first of all, in case this cut me off here, I wanted to at least give you guys a bit of an update of where I've been, what's been going on, stuff like that. So basically, at least for this month, especially the past week or so, I've been very, very sick to the point I was bedridden, couldn't get up, couldn't even type to people. It was too much of a task. It was like
Mhm.
that. I'm still very sick at the moment. I'm recovering. You could probably hear it in my voice. So I can definitely not do voice acting at the moment. Um, and so I'm still on a road to recovery. It's gonna take a while, so content is still gonna take a bit to get out and be recorded. Uh, but I am at least getting better.
Mhm.
And let's see, what else did I mention? But yeah, so for the stream, I want to give some channel updates. I also just want to chill with you guys. If you have any questions, you can ask. This is all out of character, so um, it can be about content, but it can also just be like to me or anything. And same with Dragon, whatever he
Mhm.
feels up for answering and stuff.
Of
So
course I
yeah.
am. Why shouldn't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I at least wanted to make up for not getting out any content in the stuff I had planned because I had a lot of Christmas stuff planned and I was excited for it. But then, of course, sickness hit me like a brick. So I figured,
Mhm.
I at least want to do a before Christmas stream and figure out if I can still use StreamYard like I used to. And if I was able to actually do it right, I might do more streams like this. And if I can figure out how to do the share screen option, I might try to do art streams because I
There
really
you
have
go.
always wanted to do something like that. So yeah.
I got you. I got you. Teach you how to do your share screen on here. It's not
Alrighty.
that. Not that. It's not that hard. You see that button called present?
Nope.
It's like a TV with a plus sign on it.
I do not see it. Mm-mm.
Also, I see. Also, CK. What's up, Hogger? Anyway, but
Hey, hello there.
and like if you had that, you could basically just share your screen on that.
Well, if I can figure it out, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I do want to give a quick shout out to True Blue Star because as you could probably tell from the thumbnail, we got new Tails emotes, and I tell you, they are amazing. They all look great. I'm excited to use them in the future once my voice gets back up to par for doing Tails. Um, I want to do, I want to try to do more videos if I can figure out how to record them that are like maybe some iPad gameplay stuff, or if I can figure out how to do VR games and put the emotes over it somehow.
Mhm.
Uh, like games that aren't always VR chat, kind of like Beat Saber, if that doesn't get me copyrighted. But
Yeah. I'd be
um,
careful.
yeah, but or I can just have those not be monetized.
There you go.
Uh, but yeah, I want to try and implement the Tails emotes more. I want to try to do reaction videos, stuff like that, if I'm able. Um, and I definitely want to put the Tails emotes to good use, especially since it is basically mainly a Tails channel. Uh,
Hmm.
and speaking of Tails, there will be more content of him, like a lot more content coming of him. Me and Dragon have a video planned out for that, uh, which we will have to.
It's not just one. I got plenty of ideas.
Yeah, but like the one that we have planned first and foremost will be, like recorded, first before anything else. But also, since I am still making a recovery, uh, and I've been wanting to get content out there. Even if I was better, I did want to have this as a channel update I was talking with Dragon. He helped me decide this, and it looks like I'm going to have to do it like this. So let me explain.
Mhm. Go right
So
ahead.
so I've been meaning for a good while now to get out certain content, and I like to try my best to keep it in order. Um, keep it in order to try and make sure it, you know, it's where it can be viewed without it being confusing. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
where videos are in order, you don't have to jump around and be like, what comes first, what comes next. But the
What
issue
comes last?
is, yeah, but the issue is trying to keep everything in order and not being able to get to recordings of certain videos. It can be very stressful. And so, as much as I don't want to make things confusing, I'm gonna just have to keep putting out content until I can get those videos to continue like another story that was already presented. Let me give you an example. The Sarah Followed Home by Nazo video. That was not just a one-off video. Um,
It's a story, basically.
a little bit of a story. There's at least going to be like another video or two at least following it. But some things that came up to where we were unable to record, especially sickness, that definitely came into play. Um, and so until we can get that video, I will continue doing content with my character. Because here's the thing, that's why Sarah has not been in some recordings because she's still asleep, basically, and I can't tell you
And
why.
let me actually check and see how long that video's been out. I think it's been like a
Yeah.
month. Sarah,
Um,
there's no way Sarah sleeps for like a month straight.
no, it's just I've been waiting to continue some stuff, and that Fleetway video even takes place uh, before that Nazo and Follow Sarah Home video.
Oh,
So, hmm,
it was actually 2 months.
oof. So I do apologize if things start to get confusing, but I do want to say I'm going to make a playlist for certain videos that might become out of order. That way you won't lose track of what videos go with what. So you might see content with my character and such come out, and then the follow-up videos. But if you get confused at all, it will be in a playlist, and I'm going to do that
Might I add a
from now on.
suggestion because I've been doing this on my end.
Hmm?
Basically, what I would suggest, maybe have like a note in the description saying, "Hey, this took place when and that," and just saying, "Hey, this doesn't involve this and all that." So that's pretty much what I would do, just in case some viewers here got a little confused, and then
Hmm.
they could be corrected and all fixed.
Right. Because I
That's what I've
really,
been. If you've been paying attention to my descriptions, this goes to everyone as well. If you guys have been paying attention to my descriptions, which some of you aren't, but I'm just playing. But anyway, and I'm pretty sure I always put notes in and saying, like, for example, I'm gonna bring up the one part of the Rough Shadow arc. Okay, let's start with Boyfriend and Tails. I put a note in the description, putting. Hold on, I could actually look back and see. I can actually look back. Hold on, it's in a playlist.
hmm,
Give me a second. Can I actually just search it? Yeah, I can. Shadow. Hold on. Okay, fuck you too. Anyway, give me 1 second. So basically, like what I would do is just like have it to where it took place after so and all that, and then it would just not confuse anyone at all. I'll still have like one up videos up, which you guys will see later on. I'll
hmm,
be uploading one in a bit, but all right. So let me. All right, boyfriend Tails video. Let me see. All right. Okay, so I put a note in the description saying this took place after boyfriend met AG and before shouting for Sonic the Hedgehog. The reason why I put that there is because this video was recorded before the what was it? The Shading and Sonic EXE video that came out last year.
yeah.
That's why I put that there, and I put continues the Rough Shadow arc. That way, it'll go on to see, hey, what happens next. So
Hmm.
basically, like that's pretty much it helps a lot of people out. It helped a lot of people, like not from just from this channel and for only from my channel. Even like, even I can't speak. great. But if you guys got what I meant, so that's good. But anyway,
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna probably do from now on because I really want to get out some content, even if it is a little bit out of order. As much as I hate doing that myself, I still want to get some stuff out. I do have some already pre-recorded videos that I will be getting out soon because of this little change to the channel. For example, one of the videos that will probably be first put out, despite it being out of order, this is supposed to come after and stuff, a few events, will be a video where Sarah goes to Texas to see an old friend, and she's going to be helping him with something. And we will also see that old friend also reappear in another video of Among Us VR, because if you've seen True Blue Star's channel, he also has his perspective. He also has his perspective recorded of that recording of the Frontera Among Us VR video. So
which
there
you
is
will also see on her channel.
So you will see some content come out slowly but surely because Google Drive's giving me a bit of a problem, so I had to kind of do a longer process of getting it downloaded and stuff. But the first video you will likely see will be her going down to Texas and seeing an old friend. It's a shorter video, but it's at least something. Just gotta get the thumbnail made, add music, and it will be done. And yeah, so if you guys, I hope you guys don't mind that, but that will be one of the biggest change to this channel is that some things may be out of order. So, also, I want to bring this comment up real quickly. Starlight says, your thumbnail creations for your future videos are very interesting, not gonna lie. Thank you, Starlight, because I always try to hype up, future videos to kind of help people see, like, oh, yo, like, this is something to look forward to, and I'm excited to show that.
Which, by the way, they're still going to come soon. All it takes is patience.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna take patience, but I definitely love showing said thumbnails to hype it up. So
even I rarely do it at rare occasions. Like, for example, I do it with the Corruption arc finale, which is what everyone was looking forward to because they were wondering when that arc's going to be done. Now that it's over, I don't have to worry about it.
Right. Let's see. Just gonna look at the chat really quickly.
Oh, there's actually a question saying, any updates for your AOC Mayhem?
Ah, yes. So any updates on my AOC Mayhem? Yes, I do, because I am so painstakingly trying to get back to the Mayhem arc. I've been trying. I have one of two options to do. Either continue waiting until everyone is ready, or I am going to probably go with plan B and shorten the arc and try my best to still get as much in there as possible that is important. Because there are some things in the beginning I gotta get out of the way, but it's also kind of holding me back, so I might have to make some tweaks here and there. But it's not only that, it's also because sickness is kicking my butt, so it's like, let me record. But yeah, for Mayhem, at this point, and it kind of goes along with the arc anyways, it still kind of makes sense that even though it's been a while since we got any updates, it still kind of makes sense. She's still on the street. She's still going from her side guy to live with each one of them to just kind of make it by and stuff. Naif is still in the castle being taken care of by Scourge. Basically where we kind of left off. So she's still struggling, and Naif is still doing well in the castle, and Scourge is taken care of. And then, of course, we still got Sanctum and Steel being spies, watching after Mayhem, seeing if whether or not she will make a change or not, and going back to Scourge to tell him. So that's basically where it's at. The beginning of the arc will possibly, if I keep it the same way I have it written, it will mostly focus on her relationships with her side guys, and we get to meet who some of them are that I have not mentioned yet. And then we will go, and then it will go
We
from
still have
there.
hours to do as well.
Yeah, the next video regarding that, we will get to see at least 2 of the guys that she's with, and then we'll get to see something else that happens to Mayhem that I will not spoil here. So, yeah.
Right.
But let's just say Mayhem should be careful who she talks to. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right, let me see.
There's nothing here yet.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Okay.
So, but yeah, as for, oh yeah, that I almost forgot. Another update is, I know it will probably be a while after Christmas is already over. I may or may not still be able to do my Christmas specials if people are still down to do it. If not, then I guess I'll have to wait till next
You
year.
know I am.
But I was because I will tell you what I had some plans for as far as Christmas content that you can maybe expect possibly if it still goes the way I want it. I may still do a 10K special, Tailream Christmas special if I can get that made. It will be a emote thing or a audio drama. And then maybe a Fintera Christmas special if I can still do that.
I'm still down for it.
I was mostly waiting on getting the actual Phantom model, but with some behind-the-scene things that had happened, I'm still going to resort to using either the Shadow model that I've used before or the Sanctum model. Might go with Sanctum because he's taller, and it's so awkward having Phantom be so short. Because by rights, y'all, Phantom should be towering over my character.
Just like I always tower her.
But yeah,
I make fun of her for it.
hey. But yeah, let me see. But yeah.
There was actually an interesting question.
All right.
Max says, "How would Mayhem react if she knew Sarah dated Nazo?"
Oh, like the main Sarah that we all know already.
Yeah.
She already knows, and Mayhem thinks she's pathetic. Because here's the thing, Mayhem and Sarah already knew each other, even when she was back in her own home zone back then, like before she left. So they've been button heads all their life, basically. And so when she had kind of saw that she kind of softened up Nazo and like basically was with him, she's like, "You don't deserve someone like that. Not that powerful and
I
strong
just
and
gave you
evil."
an idea.
So yeah, she was kind of jealous, I'll say, even in a sense. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that, hun.
Yeah, this is only for you.
But yeah, so Mayhem did know about it. She thought Sarah was pathetic. She's like, "How come
Rick.
you get a guy like that? That's not fair." So.
Also, I see Rick in the chat. How you doing, man?
Hey Rick, how you doing?
Anyway, yeah, I just gave Sarah an idea. Let's just say we might do that soon.
And actually, you know what? I don't mind saying this because it's just it's nothing too. I don't think it'd be too much of a spoiler or anything. Because here's the thing, people have suggested this idea actually. So, let's just say I plan to do a video where Sarah and Art Sarah meet. I already have a bit of an idea how that can happen.
Yep.
Yep.
And also, we did. Speaking of Art Sarah, there is plans with her, but it just it'll take a while. So.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that we have planned is taking a long while. So.
Yeah, but with due to me catching up on videos and everything, I probably won't be unavailable. That. If I know how to speak English, but anyway, if I'm able to be caught up in everything for right now, I probably won't be able to do recordings for a while. So, but I'm still down for only exceptions. I only have some exceptions chosen. So,
I see. Also, give me a moment. I need to mute. Someone is knocking at my door.
Okay. Anyway, I'll just keep an eye on the chat in the meantime.
All right, sorry about that.
Never mind, my job is over.
Anyway,
Anyway, I will be right back real quickly. I'll take it from here.
all right. All right. So, and I see a question for True Blue. Sarah, what about Panic the Anti-Manic? Will there be videos showing how he lives his life? Uh, that okay. There's a yes and a no to that. No, as far as the Mayhem arc, because we will see him through the Mayhem arc first, and he's not in the foreground. He's in the background for the most part, but he does play a big role despite that. We get to see him in that, how he works, kind of like his personality. But then after the arc, we'll get to see a little bit more actually of him, or I should say a lot more of him. And then that's when we'll really get to dive in a little bit more on his character, a little bit more depth, a little bit more like what does he do, and such like that. So at first we won't see much of his living and how he does things, but eventually we'll get to see a little bit more so after the arc. So so Sarah and Dragon, how would you two feel if there were gender bent versions of you both? Well, I've already made my own characters. My own character have a gender bent. His name is Saxton. I I so badly want to get him back onto the channel. If we're talking in character, my character already knows about Saxton, so she's not really surprised, but at first she was. Like when she first met, I'm like, wait, what? Okay, this is not happening. How on earth is there a gender bent of me? She was shocked, but eventually got over that and just kind of like, okay, this is kind of cool, you know. Welcome back on. But as far as like me IRL, if I met a gender bent of myself, yeah, I would react the same, like, how is this even possible? But
yeah, we actually planned that.
yeah. Also,
There's
Dragon,
already yeah, I know. I'm looking at it.
Okay. Yee.
How would I feel? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised because, like I said, I already got a donation that my gender bent would be canon. Sorry if it's taken a while, but it's, let's just say, the VA of her, Rich is right here, but she's gotta take a. It's gonna take a while for her to get the voice. Once I'm gonna help her with that though.
Oh yeah.
Once we get the chance.
And then, okay, this is an interesting question. I know this is relating to the Nasra Genesis series, which I'm still working on. Don't worry, guys, that has not gone anywhere.
Speaking of boyfriend, get out of my house.
I'm still working on the intro and other things for that. It's gonna take a bit to get set up. To Sarah, how would Team Detective react to Nazo as a boyfriend to Sarah? Like how they would treat Nazo,
Like
for that, the detectives, the Chaotix really just don't like him. They don't trust him. They don't associate with him. They don't want nothing to really do with him. And they get very protective, especially Vector. They get very protective and kind of stern with her.
You will never get to my computer room.
It's like, you could go for this guy over here, or, this guy might be better for you, or, they just keep trying to steer her in a different direction, or SP would say that, this is very unwise, you're being kind of foolish, pretty much just keeps trying to break her down from it. But, Charmy at the same time is just kind of like, I don't care who she dates, like, I as long as she's safe, that's all I care about.
As long as she knows how to wear protection, but...
Oh my. But yeah,
anyway,
Vector especially tries to, deter every little thing. He might even try to go out and ruin dates, Like, I'm thinking about, like, in Sonic X, kind of like how he tried getting Tails and Cosmo together. Think of that, but opposite, trying to break the two apart.
Which is a cursed ass ship, but anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, Mac, to correct that, I'm not the VA of Saxton. I'm a different gender bit of Sarah's VA.
Yeah.
Mind if I say it?
Yeah.
I'm not Saxton, which is Detective Sarah's gender bit. I'm gonna be our Sarah's gender bit, known as Seth.
Yep. So they're gonna have two different designs, two different looks, two different names. So that's how you can tell them kind of
Yeah,
apart.
there's gonna be renders of them. There'll be models of them. It's just gonna take a while.
And as for Saxton, Dodie, if you guys remember him, he plays classic Knuckles, he plays Vector, he plays a good amount of the modern characters.
He's
Fang.
the VA of Saxton.
Yeah, the I still have to see if he read up on the information I gave him, and whenever he is ready, we can bring him on. But I am looking for backups as well, just in case, like if he's busy or if I need someone at a certain time or for a certain kind of video.
I have no problem with that.
Well, I'm holding tryouts, so yee.
Sure.
But yeah, so I'm hoping to get Saxton back on the thing because I've been missing my boy. But yeah.
Your boy is right here.
You know what I mean. My character.
Messing with you.
Actually, Blader, this is funny you say that.
Snorcon stream.
No, that's literally what that's literally what her Naza would basically say. Like, what is that? Like, cause he's very like, I'm just here to destroy the world. I don't know much, so. But yeah, that's funny.
Anyway,
you can make that joke if you want.
Yeah. What is protection?
Oh my.
Protection is not YouTube friendly. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh, there's actually another question from True Blue. Sarah, this may be a dumb question, but will there be videos involving each member of the 7 Menaces origin story? And then also, if you need a backup VA for Saxton, not Saragon, I'm still willing to try out.
That was probably just an autocorrect thing with the Saragon thing, but let's see.
Drax, you're not gonna get laid. Shut up. Anyway, moving
on. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I think I have missed a few things. Because I know StreamYard isn't showing all of this stuff.
I'm watching both from that and the chat.
Yeah. Let me before I answer Tree Blue's question real quickly. Let me see.
You're fine, Tree Blue. It's all right. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. So here's a good question. So exactly, Mayhem wants with Nazo for a very long time. Yeah, actually, Mayhem actually for a while wanted to try and like get with Nazo because she's like, dude, you don't need to be with this goody two shoes. Be evil. Be the way you want to be. You just got to be with me, if you want to actually be happy. And Nazo's like, you disgust me. So, she couldn't even get with him. But she got Scourge, so and Scourge didn't like Nazo, so of course he's gonna be like, stay away from him. But she has her own version, like she has her own Nazo in her own universe, so she kind of grew tired of all Nazos because of him, because he's an anti-Nazo. An anti-Nazo is a good guy, and him and her do not get along at all. So, yep. So let's see.
Hold on. You might want to answer this one because this actually, I'm kind of curious to know too. All right. Okay. To Sarah, is there an update of Cool Shadina? I haven't seen her for a very long time.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, now, I'm actually curious myself.
I have been meaning to get back Cool Shadina. Believe me, like me and Varia were thinking of some ideas. We basically right now, I just have it where she's kind of at GUN's headquarters, but I have been meaning to bring her back to kind of like hang out with Alex a little bit more, you know, like Alex Thorne, that's the Alex I'm talking about.
Not to mention Alex.
And I kind of want to do more of showing her on her missions, or at least just having a chill day. I want to do something funny with her, where she goes to a coffee shop and she's like,
Imagine
I'm here to get
slowly raising
coffee."
my hand for a prank video.
But hold on. But like, guys, who would love to see a video where Cool Shadina walks into a coffee shop? She has to stand in a line behind some people, and she's just getting irritated. When she finally gets up to the coffee server, she's like, "I'm kind of in a pinch for time. Just give me a bag of coffee or a cup at least." And they're like, "Huh? Sorry, we don't sell the beans. We just sell the coffee brewed."
She's like, give me the fucking beans.
Yeah, she's like, "I just want the beans straight. I don't like it brewed." And then it's just like this back and forth silly little encounter. Like, because I wanted to add some funny videos in there too. And with
And
Cool
let's just
Shadina,
say,
I
Sarah, I'm
also.
gonna type this in the private chat real quick. Just keep going.
Alright. I also have something with Cool Shadina I've been wanting to do, where ever since her encounter with Phantom, she's like, what was this whole thing about talking about, oh, if you want to know about Anthony and what he did to my father, just look into GUN. You know, she got kind of curious about that, so I kind of want her to try to dig in,
All right,
to,
look.
alright, to see, um, oh, okay, gotcha.
All right.
I kind of want her to continue with that. Like, I want to actually show her looking in and see what happens, because that's going to play in, that's going to come into play later, and maybe she's gonna have a little bit of suspicion on GUN, like, these guys are kind of sketchy, and they're not even letting me into certain files. So I do have some stuff planned with her. Just hadn't had the chance to do it yet. So yeah. But yeah, back to the question with True Blue. To Sarah, this may be a dumb question, but would there be videos involving each member of the Seven Menaces origin story? And also, if you need backup for Saxton, I'm willing to try out. Yeah, sure you can try out if you'd like. And as far as the Menaces, uh, problem is with each and every Menace's backstory. Uh, I would love to show those as like videos or audio dramas or anything, but there's two problems for that. One, some of them would be hard to show because of how brutal they are. I'll just say it like that. Especially when it comes to Split, I can't really show that, especially not on YouTube. Um, if I could find a way around it, maybe. But as far as a video, even for each of the Menaces past, it would be like movie length to show each one. That's how I'll say that. It'd be movie length. That's how detailed their stories are. Don't get me wrong. I will show flashbacks maybe, or I may, have some kind of storytelling element to discuss the backstories, but I won't be able to show the backstories in full in a video or movie kind of format. Um, I do plan to do streams focused on each member, though, where I can answer questions about their past, where I can describe their past in full, but those said streams will have a lot of warnings because it will include certain subjects that might be too sensitive. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and when it comes to backstories, the least I want to do as far as backstories is how the Menaces and Sarah met and how their bonds kind of happened. That is the backstory I do want to show as a bit of a movie or audio drama. But for the Menaces themselves, I'm just going to have to explain those or show bits and pieces. Because sadly, I won't be able to probably show all of them.
Which speaking of a movie, me and Sarah actually do have one planned. Remember
You might have to
what
remind
we
me.
talked? I'll type it in the private chat. So
Okay.
it's not only going to be on my end; it'll pretty much be on Prison. Oh, fuck. My fucking English. I hate my words today.
Oof.
Anyway, let's just say there's going to be a new ship coming around. Not gonna spoil. Sarah will know what I mean in a bit.
I get you.
So let's just say there's gonna be a new ship coming in. It's been long overdue. We came up with an idea since we did a role play about it, and we kind of like. Thank you, Dark, for understanding. But so we kind of just like, you know what? Plan B. We'll just do this, and then we're just gonna be yeah. So we're pretty much gonna be having that come in, and let's just say after that, that'll be when a certain ship between two characters will begin. So our goal is to try to have it done for New Year, but we'll have to see.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully by New Year. We're going to talk about it later, whenever we get the chance. It's not only going to be on my end, it's going to be on her end as well.
Because
it's going to be an audio drama.
Right. And also that said character, I will be bringing back more, not just because of what we have planned, but also because I've been meaning to bring back some of the gender bends of certain said characters. All right, of certain said characters, and we have seen this particular character on the channel before, but she hasn't got much screen time. So, yeah, I'll just say that some characters will be making a return and actually appearing more. And actually reminds me, I'm trying my best so hard to get certain recordings made. But the sickness is killing me, like, as far as my time and my voice, and it's like, come on, I want to record. But I will be bringing back some characters, giving them more spotlight because they have not got much spotlight, which certain characters will be Tails. It's the main character of the channel. I want to bring back Sonica some more. She has gotten a little bit more extra time. Shadina. I want to bring back Xena as well. And also, I found a world that has most of the Zeddy models except for Zanmam. I don't know why. So we might be able to see more of these Zeddys as well. Like, we'll get to see Xena, Zor, Zavok, Zik, Zaz even. We'll get to see all of them. And so we'll be able to see more than just Xena. So that would mean we get to have more Xena content. And then I want to bring back Blaze. The only problem is I'm struggling on knowing what to do with Blaze. Because Blaze is a very hard character for me to figure out what to do with her. Because she's a very stoic character. She's mostly focused on her kingdom and priority. So until I can figure out stuff with that, I can possibly bring her back. There is one video I have in mind, but that's pretty much it. So, if you guys have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments, like after the stream, so that I can read them and hopefully get some ideas to spark. Because Blaze is a kind of a hard character to. I also plan to bring back some, I don't know if you remember Meta Sonic from the stream I did, the old Sonic stream. I want to do stuff with the meta characters, but I keep forgetting to, not having time to, my voice not working. So I do plan to bring in some of the meta characters. There's a lot of characters I plan to bring in, a lot. And I also want to bring back Belle the Tinkerer. I just have to think of her voice. I do want to improve upon the voice for her, like I have with Sonica, making Sonica more deeper and tomboyish. I want to try and make Belle's not as high pitched, but still high enough to give her that Belle kind of character to her. So, and Nasra will also be making a return. I want to do a thing with Nasra, and bring her back. I just had to think about how to do so. So. It's let me put this up on the screen actually. Where is it? This here. Let's just say, without spoiling anything, I'm on the same brain wavelength with ya. How about that? I'll say it like that. I'll say it like that. Without spoiling anything. But, so I can't really answer that question, but that's definitely a hint. Yeah, you bet, True Blue, because I'm so excited to have these emotes, and they just look absolutely beautiful. I love the way that you draw tails, and I am excited to use them. I just have to figure out like what kind of content to do with them, and I'm trying to figure out more things that aren't just VR chat, but it can be a bit difficult to record certain things, but if I can figure it out, um. And I might even just do streams like this even in character, like with tails and stuff, and use those emotes as like the thing that, is there for my icon and stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to using them. Oh, which is funny, speaking of which, uh, let's see. Sarah, can you do Ask Tails, uh, Q and, wait, A and Q? Oh, answering a question. Live stream Christmas special. Um, if my voice is good by Christmas time, if I could possibly. But if my voice isn't the best that day, I could even just have Tails be like, "Hey guys, it's me, Tails. Yeah, kind of sick today, but hey, let's do a little bit of a Q&A." Like I could even do that. So if you guys don't mind a sick Tails voice, I could maybe pull that off for you because I really did want to tried my best to get some kind of Tails Christmas special out. But if that's the least I can do, then I'd be willing to do that. And I might even have guests on if they are willing. I might even try to get Cream if the VA it would be down for that. So, but yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think that Tails' voice was decent, or do you think I should not do a sick Tails voice? Hmm, decent. All right. Say it's good. Decent. It was pretty good. Alright. So yeah, like, I mean, come on. Even characters can get sick. So I mean, I could probably use that as like his little excuse, like, "Hey guys, me Tails. I'm just sick right now. Don't mind the voice," kind of thing. So probably wouldn't be too terribly long of a stream. Depends on how long my voice can go for. Let's see. To Sarah. Have you thought of doing Nazo and Sarah VR chat in character stream to basically present universe like idea and such, or maybe streamer? So that's actually a good question. I do actually have a stream planned where it's the Nasra Genesis versions of the characters, the headcanon ones of Nazo and Sarah that are together, but despite it being in character as like a VR chat Q&A stream, it will be non-canon. It's just to introduce the universe, because the universe is going to have its own like little story arc, and the way that they treat each other in the actual story will not be the same as the stream, because in the stream they're gonna get along and stuff like that, but like in the story, the actual canon story, at first they will not. So when and if I do that stream, it will be in character, but it will be a non-canon thing because it's just to introduce the universe. So I am planning on doing that. Question: will there be any updates in the relationship between Sarah and Phantom? So that does kind of go hand in hand with um, that does kind of go hand in hand with the videos I have planned but cannot get out just yet. Um, that follow up the Sarah and Nazo follows Sarah home video that I did and posted a while ago. There's going to be follow up videos that we're going to see some stuff regarding Phantom in there. Um, and it does kind of relate to certain relationship stuff. But we will get to hopefully see more even after that. Like if I post videos um, before I even get to those ones. Uh, I do plan to do a training video between Sarah and Phantom. He's going to help her get stronger. We just get to see like a lot of relationship growth and development. I do want to eventually have it be in a spot where maybe there's tension. Because no relationship is perfect. It's not all fairy tale, oh, everything's perfect. So I may possibly throw some, moments here and there where it can be really good, and at moments where it might be a bit of a struggle, because those are very real things, and it would just keep it interesting. So, yeah. Let's see. Also, Max, I will try to check DMs in a little bit if I'm able to. Let's see. Tessera, when did your OC meet Modern Sonic? So that's a good question. So I would say, mm, um, it's kind of hard for me to remember, but I believe it may have been anywhere from 2+ years, because after she left her home zone, jumped a few different zones, and then ended up in the modern zone, I would imagine she got to know him for a good while to consider him like a brother to her, uh, and then eventually meet the Menaces. And then she, liked Phantom, he liked her, but they never said anything until, after the whole incident with Nazo and he took her out for dinner and all that stuff. So, um, this would have been like a good amount of time. I would say at least 2+ years, maybe. But there was that time, if you guys remember the video, when Sarah and Sonic reunited at that one beach area. That was a reuniting video. That wasn't a meeting video. That was a reuniting, like, hey, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a long while. Where have you been? So she's been out doing detective stuff for a good while to make money so that she could help the Menaces so they won't have to go out and steal. And so, kind of seeing that was a reuniting video, they knew each other for a good while, even before that. So, kind of take that as a bit of a time stamp, I guess you can say, for, oh, this must have been longer than a year, maybe longer than 2 years. That's my guess, because we never really settled on a exact amount of time. So that's what I would how I can best describe it. Sarah, when will we be seeing more of the Seven Menaces? So, since with the channel update, I will be putting out future content, even though it might accidentally make things out of order with other videos that need to follow up other videos that's already been posted. Some of the future videos will already be having the Menaces in them, like in the Among Us VR one, which is the Fintera special. It will have Sarah, Phantom, Snip, which is the barber character. He has like this the manic kind of quills. So he will be there. Split will be there, which is the leader of the Menaces. We'll get to see more of his character and how he acts most of the time in that recording. Um, and also, well, he's not part of the Menaces, but he's one of the brothers to the Menaces. We get to see Bandit again, and it's a bit of a funny thing with Bandit because he's a cowboy. He comes from this more traditional area that doesn't use technology, and he's like, what is going on here? He's like, I don't know this whole contraption stuff and how it works. So we get some humor there. You get to see how he acts more in certain situations. So I do have more planned with the Menaces, and it will definitely be coming soon. Um, to Sarah, have you ever watched Sonic Christmas Blast from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Christmas special TV show? I believe I have. I can't exactly remember it because it's been quite some time. If that's where Sonic kind of helps bring the gifts around for Santa, I think I saw it. It's been a few years. But yeah, I think I have seen it. It was a pretty decent special. Right now, Dragon is AFK, I believe. I think he's watching a premiere or posting one, if I remember correctly. Ooh, okay. Alright. I see you there, Silka Doom. Um, yeah. When Mayhem had met Fleetway Sonic, whoo boy was that an encounter. And yes, Mayhem is still traumatized. At one point, she did kind of get over it, but she did see a Fleetway in a stream at one point, and she eventually remembered, wait a minute, Fleetway, and then remembered exactly what happened, and she had like a breakdown. So, um, if you remember that, you could tell she is still traumatized by Fleetways of all kinds, and so yeah. So I can only imagine if there was even a possibility, because I don't know if I'd be able to voice both of these at the same time. Probably not, but even if she met Fleetway Sonica, she probably would be terrified. So any Fleetway, Mayhem is going to stay clear of. So yeah, that was something. That was something. So Sarah, how did you learn to use digital art to draw Sonic characters? Very interesting question there, actually. I used to hand draw all the time, and eventually, when I got an iPad and learned how to do things digitally, I would originally first take a picture of my hand drawing, and then I would just kind of like trace over it and clean it up with a nice sketch, like with the line art and then color it that way and get rid of the actual sketch behind it, and it looked like it was actually completely digital. But then eventually, I tried just doing full-on digital stuff because now I can't really see pencil on paper anymore with my vision getting worse. And basically, I used to use, like the official Sonic channel line art that they would post. I used that as practice to kind of draw my characters, like the Menaces, for example, digitally. And I used it as like a base and would just edit it. That was just to help me kind of like practice, get used to the anatomy, stuff like that. But what really kickstarted me to learn was when Darkbox had messaged me like I think 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. When he had messaged me like, "Hey, I really like your art. Would you be up for making emotes for the channel?" And I knew I wouldn't be able to use bases for that. I was like, "Nah, that wouldn't be right. I should make this all my stuff. It should be completely my art. No, cheating in any way." So I tried to use what I had learned from using bases and hand drawing and would start with a basic circle and just try my best to draw a still render and see how it turned out. And the first thing I drew, I believe, was the Amy emotes. And they turned out pretty well. They weren't too bad, but not my best. But then again, they were my first set of emotes. and he really liked them. So then the more you just keep doing art, and keep practicing and using different tools in that art app, the better I got over time. It took a long, long while, but that long while of learning helped me improve, so it's a long, lengthy process of learning, but that's how I basically learned how to do digital art. Um, because I've started off, tracing my sketches in Photoshop, and then I would turn it into a digital art piece. So that's basically how I started. Um, True Blue says to Sarah, this just occurred to me. What about Fleetway Sonica? What plans do you have for her? I've honestly been meaning to bring back Fleetway Sonica. She was a fun character to play the second time around more than the first, because the first I was nervous. It was the first time playing a crazy Fleetway character. Uh, but the second time around it was a blast, just getting to go psycho and stuff. Um, and so I do want to bring her back. I know I don't know. I have to ask again if I'm allowed to like do stuff for her right now, or if she's kind of off the table. Because sometimes certain characters can be off the table if there's certain stories that might happen with them. I don't want to like interrupt any of the stories. So if I'm able to use her again, I kind of want her to see Sonica again. Maybe she interacts with Mayhem, just to kind of torture her a little bit. Maybe she encounters my character. I just want her to be able to meet a lot of characters. Maybe she sees Alex Thorne again, tries to trace after him again. Um, so, or maybe if Dark is up for it, maybe we could have her and Fleetway interact a little bit more. So, I don't really have plans right now, but I'm hoping eventually I can bring her in again. Um, I'm mostly waiting on word on what maybe Dark has planned first. So let's see. I think my chat kind of bumped up a little bit. Um, Sorry if I don't get to everything. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat here. Question to Sarah. Do you have any plans for Split? Asking because his childhood story touched my heart seriously. Well, I haven't really even got to expand upon Split's story specifically yet. So, trust me, if you heard his story, you'd probably be crying for him. Um, but for Split, I do want to bring him in more. I am mostly letting the VA kind of like get used to the character a little bit. I might have to expand more on his story to him because I haven't got to explain too much of his story and his character because he's a very complex character. Split is a very complex character. So once the VA is ready, I will bring in Split to more things. Uh, and we will be touching a little bit upon his backstory, but I'm going to try and do it in a way where it doesn't outright say it, but you kind of get the gist like, oh, that's what happened. Because again, it's a very, very touchy thing. To Sarah, what is your plans for Mad Sonica? Um, I don't have any plans for that because if I'm being honest, that's just for Jules's content. I don't do anything with that character, so just whatever he needs me to do, I will do it. But for right now, he's having a backup stand-in for me because, well, my condition here. Um, being sick and all and still recovering. So for right now, that's mostly up to Jules, really, not to me. To Sarah, how did you meet Phantom? So for in character wise, for my character, how she met Phantom, I still want to make a how she met the Menaces in general, because he's part of the Menaces, the Menaces in general kind of backstory. But let's just say the meeting wasn't so good. I will say that. You might be surprised on how she met them. Um, but yeah, I don't want to really answer that because I kind of want to show and show the story a little bit more than just telling it. So, uh, yeah, you guys would just have to keep your eyes out for that. So, yep. And everyone who is hopping off, hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I bet they're already gone, but hey, see. Let's see. Hey, nice True Blue. Looks like we can really relate on that. Like how we learned to do the digital art. Because I'm all self-taught and everything because I'll be honest, even in college, not college, high school, even in high school, my digital teacher didn't even really teach us. He just kind of said, if you need help, just look on YouTube. So, yeah. Oh, that's a good callback there. Um, Uh, okay, you remember the one when Mayhem cracked both her arms for the first time in zone jail when she met Sonic there, didn't expect that would happen. Funny enough, I when I play Mayhem, especially when I'm body acting for her, I try to act actually tough, like I knew she was gonna get up, she was gonna probably crack her arms and stuff, and then she would go over and start a fight, She knows what she's going to do. She gets ready. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna have to loosen up these bones and now when I actually did the arm motion to crack my arms, I didn't even expect it to crack. I didn't even expect to actually get a real sound in there, and I didn't even expect my recording the recording to pick it up. But it made it more authentic because I'm like, okay, that's cool, like my own little sound effect from doing improv stretching. Um, and that just makes the acting even more real and more fun to do. But yeah, sometimes I also need to do that if I'm gonna add a character because it's good to stretch before you act, especially and this is tips for anyone who might want to do VR recordings, especially fighting videos. If you don't do stretches and stuff first, you might pull something or you might hurt your arm. So it's always good to do some stretches. And at that moment, I definitely needed to do a stretch. So it's kind of funny how that was something you could point out. So I'm kind of happy. This is a good one. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to see a girls' night with team yeah team female triple SSS. I don't know why I messed up on saying it, but yeah, actually, I plan to do that at some point if I am able to. And not just nice Shadina being there. I want nice and cool Shadina because I feel like every time there's a team SSS, cool Shadina is always left out. So I'm I kind of want to have both there, and then Sonica and Sylvia, and I want to do something like that. If I can plan something out, if everyone's on board and figure out what we can do together, I will plan something out with that because that's definitely something in mind I plan to do. Ooh, this is a good question. So Sarah, when role playing, do you ever get scared? So when we're actually in character and acting, um, see, I wouldn't. Okay, so when Dark or someone when Dark Box or someone else who can really pull off a good villain, he can cause you to get shivers. He can cause you to be like, whew, whoa, yikes. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like scared to the point where it's too much, like maybe just a little inkling in there, like, ooh, oh, yikes, you know. Now, I will say this, the only time I was actually scared per se, would have to be that Mayhem and Fleetway recording because I was actually on the ground on my knees and as Mayhem looking up at Fleetway. I was looking up at Fleetway and with the voice mod, with just Speedy Billy just going ham on the character, just going full psycho, you know, and just being this menace, you know, this very just let's see how your memories are, you know. Eh, He just helped me kind of get into Mayhem's shoes there. I figured, okay, if I'm gonna play this up right, I got to be in Mayhem's shoes. She is this very tries to be tough girl kind of character, but when she's alone, like without Scourge or someone at her side, she can be very emotional, very like scared. She acts tough, but she's not always tough. You know, she needs that backup of toughness with her, like Scourge or something. So, and when Fleetway brought out her past, I remembered her past, which here's a little fun fact here. Mayhem's past has a little bit of truth to it, add a character. A little bit, only a little bit, because hers is more of an opposite of how my events went out IRL. So it's not exact. So I just kind of try to think, this is my past. This is my life. He's bringing out my fears and nightmares. And when I put myself in that kind of mindset, actually being Mayhem, yeah, I got scared. I was terrified. And that's how I got out that good acting of like, you know, yelling and crying and stuff because I put myself in her shoes. So I would say that was the one and only time I was legitimately scared. Let's see. Ooh, to Sarah, out of all the menaces, which one is the most favorite for you in any way you know? Okay, that is a good question. That's a very good question because I love all of them, but there are some that are my favorites. So, like, I would say Gwendol, the most kindest, gentlemanly one, is one of my top favorites. Phantom, uh, and Snip. Snip, Phantom, and Gwendol are my top favorites. Not saying I don't love the other ones, but these are my top favorites. And I would say Gwendol, out of all of them, would have to be one of my top favorites. It's mostly because despite all the bad things that's happened to him in life, despite all of that, he still tries his best to be as kind and gentlemanly and caring and hospitable as possible. And even if they have captives, you know, he tries his best to be kind and respectful to them. Now, of course, if you peeve him off enough and do not give him respect, he will be scary. But basically, if he gives you respect and you give him respect back, he will stand up for you if anyone else bullies you or you know tries to hurt you. He's gonna be like, listen, just give them a chance. So you know, don't be so harsh on them. You know, like he is the one who kind of also holds the group together. He works 24/7. He's just the all-around guy. If he was to leave the group of the Menaces, they would fall apart. They would not be as well knit together as they are now. Um, as for as for Snip, he's my second top, I would have to say, because he's more relatable. If anything, he's the most normal of the group when it comes to just being a normal, chill dude that a lot of people can relate to, and yet he's also the most loyalist guy you could ever meet. Like, not just as a friend, but in a relationship. He is like the relationship expert kind of guy. He kind of relates to me. He can give really good relationship advice, but he himself is scared of getting into a relationship because of how it might turn out. So he's very a relatable character, a very relatable character, and even a little bit in his past, he has some relatability. But those are some of my top favorites, I would have to say. Ooh, to Sarah, do you also have plans to do a VA of Ninetales, maybe one day in the future? I do. I do hope to do nine and as well as Mangy and some of the other versions of Tales that is going to be presented in the show. Um, I'm not going to spoil anything, don't worry. But I did see the full of season one, so I do kind of know how the characters act and stuff. But I do have a avatar of nine, not of the other ones yet, but of nine. So if I can figure out what I could do with nine and how to implement him, I may very well do so, because he has a pretty interesting version of Tails, and I'm pretty sure I could pull off that little difference in personality kind of thing that he has going on with him. So yeah, if I'm able to, I plan to do Ninetales. Let's see. That's a very interesting question there. That's a possibility, but I would have to see about that because the thing is, it really depends on when it takes place. If it takes place during the arc, it could work. If it takes place after the arc, it would not work because, well, I can't really tell you why, um, but yeah, so I would say she would maybe try, but at the same time, I don't think she'd put in that much effort to go for Dragon. She's more of the bad boy type of thing. If anything, she'd probably be going after Blade. So, yeah. And actually, not to mention, when it comes to Mayhem, we will also be seeing an anti-Art Sarah as well. So another version of Mayhem, but one that reflects Art Sarah. Now, I'm not going to say that she's going to be a copy paste as the Mayhem we all know. She's going to be different, like much different. She's going to have a different personality, have different likes and dislikes. She's just going to be a completely different character, and she's going to look different too. So, expect to see another anti, and this one being of Art Sarah. Oh, that's actually a good question. Have I ever accidentally done things in character that were not planned for the video? Yeah, actually, I have. Yeah, and I would say most of those moments, most of them, mostly came when I used to have people body act for me. Because I would have to do a lot of improv on my end, as well as they would have to do a little bit of improv on their end. Because, okay, I love bringing up this moment. It's one of my favorite funny moments that I remember doing. The Alex and Sonica video, the date video at the Olive Garden. Um, some of the funniest things to do is when a body actor is body acting and they're like picking up something or they're doing something that you don't expect as the VA, um, just watching the screen, you kind of have to throw in that improv like on the spot. So I remember Alex took out his hammer and he was about to go hit Italian Spider-Man because he was spying on them as they were kissing and stuff. And and so Chris, who was body acting for me, turned around and grabbed one of the breadsticks, like one of those big long breadsticks. And as Sonic, I was like, oh boy, I was not expecting this. So as an improv moment, I was like, do you want me to hit you with this breadstick? I just basically like was thinking, okay, this is one hard breadstick, and she's gonna be beating someone with it. So it was just like one of the funniest moments that I remember. So yeah, there have been things I've accidentally done. Maybe like sometimes the model and colliders don't want to go well, so it kind of hinders maybe an action you're trying to do. Like let's say you're trying to pour a drink that's actually pourable into a glass, and then like the colliders like make you bump upward or something. and then you end up like spilling it over the place, and then character you could be like, oops, I accidentally spilt the drink. So yeah, there's a good amount of those moments. Um, I can't really remember any other ones at the moment off the top of my head, but yeah, there's been plenty of those times. Some of them make for good bloopers. Sometimes you just have to cut them out. Um, one last thing I'll say about this is a lot of times things that accidentally happen. I'm a very laughable person, so during certain videos, sorry about that. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. I was getting a bit stuffed up there, but so some like one of the videos I can point out is for Halloween with the Manic, Sonic, and Tails All Halloween video. The reason I haven't really uploaded my end was because sadly there's a lot of stuff on my end I could not include because people were knocking on my doors and people were this and people were that on my end, and I wasn't able to really do that. And not only that, but even while muted, it caught my mic. And listen, Red Dash Fox is Manic, Manic Maniac, Dark Fox, a lot of other people I know. They are so funny. So funny that it is hard to stay in character. And I end up laughing my butt off. So in that recording, I couldn't help but snicker and laugh. And even while I was muted, it was caught on my end. And it's like, I can't add this. I can't include this. I'm laughing like crazy here. And so yeah, a lot of stuff that's not planned for a recording, like when I might laugh or even when I need to be serious, that tends to happen. So, yeah, there's a lot of those moments. Ooh. Tessera, what if there's an anti-version of the Seven Menaces? What would they be called? Funny enough, there actually is anti-menaces, and um, okay. Sorry about that, everyone. I have no idea what happened there. If you can hear me, just please let me know. Uh, yeah, just a little mishap with the streaming service. Okay, you can hear me? Perfect. All right. Whew, I thought that was gonna be a little mishap. Um, Let me just make sure everything is going well on the actual stream. Okay, good. Whew. All right, so where was I? Um, Hold on. Oof, I'm gonna have to go back on the actual YouTube chat. It was. Ah, here we go. So, anti-versions of the Menaces. I have actually made them, yes. They are called the Miraculous Seven. Wait, isn't it? No, wait. Yeah, the Miraculous Seven, sorry. Because it's been a while since I remembered them. Uh, I believe that was the name, the Miraculous Seven. And basically, they're they're the menaces that would take their pasts and not let it turn them into villains, but rather they used their past, their bad pasts, to turn into heroes. Basically, they took what life gave them and they hit it right back and was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna let us be down. We're gonna just try our best to save people, to help people. Even if people don't help us, we're gonna help them, and we're gonna be heroes and stop Scourge and stop Mayhem and stop this person and that person from being, terrible people hurting others, because they're in that universe. Now, of course, Scourge can be a little bit more stronger than them and stuff, but they at least try their best. Now, the personalities can be a bit different. Like, for example, Phantom, he kind of keeps to his old character. Here's what I mean by that. Phantom's real name is actually Jackson. So I'm going to say he's acting like his old self, Jackson, because everyone had a name change from their old names to their new names to kind of reflect this is my new life now. So Phantom, as his older self, basically he used to be this chipper little kid who just was like happy and like excited and loved meeting new people. He loved talking. He loved, being passionate about things and hobbies and stuff. But now he's the quiet, sometimes very grumpy, sometimes just leave me be. I want to be by myself kind of guy. He basically made a flip. For the anti version, however, he would have been he would have been maybe the opposite. He would have maybe been more quiet, reserved, and stuff, and then went to a more happy, positive, outgoing, talkative, like, demeanor. As for Gwendol, being like this nice, chippery, like, oh, hello there, kind of guy. Instead, he's like, um, he's more of the moody, kind of snooty, rude kind of guy. He's the like, um, "Ugh, it looks like I do everything around here. How pathetic. Pathetic bunch of buffoons just sitting around. Kind of thing. Like he won't be so nice. He's kind of rude. So all the Menaces kind of have a personality swap. Um, and I'm still working on their pasts. I'm still working on them, but uh, as of for right now, we won't be seeing those versions of them for a long time until I can figure them out. Sarah, out of all the Menaces, which are you referring yourself as personality? Which of them is most similar to you? Um, See, that's a tough one because I can kind of relate to all the Menaces in some regard. Some regard. Um, some of them far more than others. Uh, I would say mostly Gwendol, Phantom, and Snip, my favorites, are more personable and more relatable. I would say Phantom because, sometimes I do like to be quiet. Sometimes I like to be reserved. Sometimes can be grumpy, and I love reading. Phantom loves reading. He loves flowers. He loves beauty of things. He loves just kind of sitting there in the dark. I like to just be in the dark sometimes. Gwendol, as rude and mean as people try to be to him, he'll try his best to be as nice as possible until you peeve him off enough. That's like me. And when he gets angry, he gets scary, and that's like me. And he tries his best to help people as much as possible, even when people take advantage of him. Um, and he works continuously, and he also feels like his work is not recognized enough sometimes, which, it's there's like a lot of relatability there. And again, he tries to be as kind and caring as much as possible. And he's like, respect is given when it is earned. That is his motto, and that's my motto a little bit. It's like, hey, if you respect me, I respect you, kind of thing. And he has this just this absolute love for children. He wants to be a family man kind of person, and I adore children as well. So he's very relatable. But Snip is the most relatable because he's the most normal of the group. You know, he's the more like, yo, hey, you know, you want to go, you know, play a game, you know, play some Smash Bros. You know, he's just the more chill. Hey, I'm a gamer dude kind of guy. I like to chill. I like to also have fun when it's necessary. You know, like he can chill, but he can also be hyper at times and do activities. Um, and again, he can give off great relationship advice, but also gets scared himself of being in a relationship. Um, so he has like a lot of relatability as well. I would say maybe Snip I relate to possibly the most, maybe. Um, so that's the best way I can explain it. To Sarah, what is the hardest characters you draw? Well, Tails is definitely one of them. Xena is a pain, especially since she does not have a nose and the lips are just so hard to draw. Um, so Xena, Tails, haven't really ever. Okay, maybe once or twice. Haven't really drawn Blaze, but she's not that hard, so I wouldn't say her. Big is hard to draw. I've tried drawing Big before. Any characters that are, you know, like roundish, you know, like Eggman. Even Eggman M was so hard to draw when I made up the design. Any metal character like Metal Sonic, Metal Sonica, they are very difficult. Um, Trying to remember who else. Uh, Knuckles has gotten easier over time. I used to struggle with him mostly because of the head shape. Um, I w those are the main ones I can think of. Uh, Sometimes Sylvia, depending, I guess, how I'm drawing her, because her suit can be a bit much to draw. Rouge, somewhat, because I'm very bad at drawing female figures. It takes a bit to get it down right, and you know how Rouge is. So those are just some of the characters I can think of. So Sarah, who is your favorite Sonic voice actor? I would say my top favorite would have to be Jason Griffith. And then after him would probably be Ryan Drummond. I also like Julia White. Julia White, anytime I think of classic Sonic, just Julia White. That's it. Um, and I will admit, I like the voice from Sonic Prime. I actually really like it. So I would say he's also up there as well. So I don't really remember his name though. To Sarah, why do you make voice acting seem so easy? Oh, trust me, it is not easy whatsoever. It can take a long time of practice. Uh, it could take a lot of risk because sometimes when I voice act, it's like the first video you do doing a said character, it can be hard. It can be nerve-wracking. It can be kind of scary. You know, you're like, oh, I didn't do too well. But it's a learning experience, and if you just learn to have fun with it, that's what makes it a little bit easier. Is if you just try to learn to have fun when doing it and not think so much like, am I doing good? Am I doing bad? You know, I know it's hard, but sometimes when you just let that go and you just think, I'm having fun with this. Let's go. Like I'm in the character's shoes. This is me. I am them, you know. It's just a lot easier. And once you know the voice and the character, it makes it easier. If you don't know anything about the character or anything about the voice, you're not gonna really know what to do. So if you know a character enough, like Sonic, knowing Sonic, I know how to do Sonica, you know, just like that. And so doing Sonica is so easy, for the most part. It's just so easy because I'm playing Sonic, but as a female. And knowing the character, I just, bam, can do it, and I don't even have to worry about, am I doing it right, am I doing it wrong? Now, if it's like a brand new character, like when I was bringing in, like, I don't know, I guess I'll just use Fleetway Sonica as an example. Because she acted a little bit different than, your typical Fleetway, like she was all goo-goo-eyed over Alex and stuff, and I'm not the best at playing crazy psycho characters like some others are. So that wasn't so easy. So, yeah. Alright. Sorry if I'm back a little bit in the chat. I'm just trying to answer as many of these as I can. Hmm. To Sarah. Ooh, this is a very good question. To Sarah, you've been a voice actress for quite a long time. Is there a video or project you've done that you regret doing? That's a good question. I can't really think of any off the top of my head for right now. Some projects that I've voiced in that I've never seen the light of day yet, I kind of regret because some of that really puts a strain on your throat. When it's like a recorded audio thing, you need to do multiple takes. Like, if it's just me being Tails, like, hey Sonic, look over there! And you gotta say that over and over and over until you get a good enough take, you think. And, you gotta kind of send in all those takes so that whoever's doing their project can pick between them. And yeah, so there has been a few things I have voiced in. I'm still waiting patiently to see them come about. But if they never come about, I'm just gonna feel like I kind of wasted my time and hurt my throat over it. I would have to say one specific one was a birthday project, and some behind the scenes things were going on. But in that birthday project, I strained my throat doing Tails, but I really enjoyed the performance I put forth into it because when I listened back to it, I'm like, okay, this sounds really good. But it never never came about, never been used, and I had a sore throat for that long after that. And not just that, sometimes when you look back on old videos, you're like, oh, I could have done better, or I wish I could have introduced this character in a different way. So there's definitely been those moments I regretted certain things, but I can't really remember and pinpoint exact things. But yeah, there have been those moments. I see. So now I'm getting to the comments that were after I came back. Okay. Okay. So to Sarah, aside from having the voice of Tails, where did you get the name Tail Twister? So when I was making my Tails channel, I was trying my best to think what would be a good name, like a catchy name, like an interesting name, instead of just going, oh, Tails the Fox, or something like that, or just Tails something, like I didn't really know what to call it at the time. I was like, okay, what do I do? But how I got inspired actually was I looked at Darkbox's Speedy Blue channel, and I'm like, okay, he's Sonic, and if I'm gonna be Tails, what would complement this? And so I saw Speedy Blue, and I'm like, okay. I tried thinking of stuff with like yellow or orange or something with the color of Tails, because Speedy Blue. And I was like trying to think of something with Tails. I was like, nah, that wouldn't work. But I figured, wait, Speedy, because Sonic is Speedy. Tails, what does he do? He rides a plane, and I kept thinking, wait a minute, he spins his tails. He twists his tails. And I love alliterations, which is like with the, like the, um, Peter Piper picked a pack of peppers, I think it goes, or something. That's an alliteration with like all the P's there, you know. And so I love alliteration, so I was trying to think of two things that started with T, and I was like, Tails Twist? Tails Twister? And I thought it was weird having Tails Twister, so I was like, Tail Twister? Huh. And I did have a few different names as well alongside of it, like with Tornado being added and stuff. And I did have a poll, and most people would pick Tail Twister, and I really like Tail Twister. It just really stuck, and I'm like, you know what? Speedy Blue, Tail Twister. Yeah, yeah, that complements each other. So that's kind of how I got that name. Ooh, Sarah, how would Mayhem react to see good Scourge beat up her Scourge? Well, one, she'd probably be like, how dare he? But then she would think about it and laugh and be like, oh my. Because, you know, remember, now they're on bad terms right now. She would be laughing at him like, ha, that's what you get with not having me around. She would actually probably think to get Scourge and be like, you know, as pathetic as you are being a good guy, thanks for beating his, you know, his butt because after how he treated me and threw me out, kind of deserves it. That's basically how she would react. So. Is Tails here? I saw him in the thumbnail. No, he is not. I mostly put the Sarah and Tails there because, well, you know, it's me add a character, but I'm still the VA of Tails, and I kind of wanted to show off a little bit of the emotes that True Blue had made, because you know I'm gonna be using those for the future now, instead of the emotes I made. Those will be the brand new emotes, and we'll be able to see a fresh new start for Tails on the channel. So. Question for Sarah. Are there any particular Sonic character channels that made you want to become a Sonic tuber yourself? Actually, yes. Because when I first basically got inspired to do certain content, it was like, you know, Tales and Sonic Pals. It was Sonic, is it 182? I'm trying to remember the numbers. It was, but more specifically, especially when this stuff started blowing up on YouTube, I first stumbled across Jules's Shadow channel first, and I thought it was pretty cool. And the stuff I started watching and got addicted to was the Minecraft series. And I was like, oh man, if only I could have friends to do this with and do my own
What?
like little series. Hmm?
Just got back.
I see. I'm just explaining how I got inspired to do my own YouTuber stuff. Um, but yeah, after I saw that, I was like, oh, this is so cool, you know, and I'm like, but I probably could never do something like this. And then
Yeah.
eventually I saw Speedy Blue come in, and then, you know, his voice acting was great, and I followed his channel, and then I followed this channel and that channel. Anyone that they collabed with, I just started following, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And I never had much confidence in myself around that time, so I was like, probably could never do this. But ever since Dark came to me, you know, Darkbox came to me and asked about the whole emotes thing and stuff. Eventually, as we were friends and stuff, I kind of was like, you know, I kind of want to try to do my own YouTuber stuff. What could I do? And I was trying to think of what characters to do. I didn't want to take from Varia because she was doing Rouge, so I didn't do Rouge. I wanted to do this character. I wanted to do that
Right.
character. But I was like, nah, let's do someone that hasn't been used yet. A character I love, a character I enjoy. And around that time, IDW comics had come out, and Belle was introduced. I was like, you know what? Why not a Belle the Tinkerer channel? Something wholesome, you know, something like with this cute little puppety girl and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I started with that, and Darkbox helped me, you know, make up that channel and all that, and that's how I kind of got started, and I enjoyed doing it, and I brought in some more voices for like, you know, IDW Rouge, Omo Tails, and some other stuff like that, and eventually I was just having fun with it. And eventually, when he needed a Tails, I offered to help voice, and it seemed to go well, and it inspired me to make a Tails channel. we decided to just try it out, and it seemed to really work. So I was like, hey, this is actually working. Nice. And plus, I did enjoy voicing Tails more than the other characters I actually voiced on the Bell channel to begin with, anyways. So I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind making a full-on Tails channel. Ooh, good question. To Sarah, will Phantom ever find the killer that murdered his father? I don't want to spoil anything, but we will get to see instances where he might run into, well, I'm going to put quotation marks around this, his killer. Because in case anyone has missed this, maybe this little tidbit of information.
I'm gonna eat for a bit.
Okay, this little tidbit of information. Anthony, which is the name of the killer, he uses clones. He uses a lot of clones of himself so he can kind of evade Phantom's advances to kill him and hunt him down. So, if anyone remembers the first video where he got into a fight with Anthony, which is why he was at the Master Emerald and had to get through the knuckles, like, hey, I just need to use the emerald real quick. That wasn't with the real Anthony. That was with the clones, and they gave him a very hard time. So Anthony does this because he's a coward. You know, he's a cowardice character, so he, as intelligent as he is, he will make clones to, and sorry if I sound a little stuffed up, I'm getting stuffed up here, but he makes clones to hunt down Phantom and try and kill him for him. And he thinks, hey, if Phantom kills the clones, who cares? It's not real me, so who cares? So we will have to see if he runs into the real Anthony or not. But we will see some interactions, if I can figure out how, with him and the clones. So yeah. Let's see. To Sarah, kind of like with Sailor Peace, Dragon, and others, would you consider getting a sword for your character? For that, no. She's not exactly one for swords or guns or any of those kind of things. Just like me IRL, even just touching one is kind of like, ooh, like I'm too scared to touch one. What if I drop it? What if I shoot myself in the foot? You know, it's like, she's a very scaredy cat kind of character. So she more so relies on her gem to like do like more ranged attacks with, like, let's say Chaos Spear or something. Now she can only do these attacks. She can only do powers, even with super speed, with her gem. So, and it does kind of hold her back when she doesn't want to fight or hurt anyone. So, that kind of hinders her from using any weapons. But yeah, probably no swords. The only one who I can say does have a sword amongst my characters, like when it comes to OCs, would have to be like Phantom. He has a sword. He uses a sword and he plans to use it on Anthony. So, yep. Hmm. Yeah, Tails is a really good character. Here's a fun fact. He used to be my favorite character before Sonic was, and then it moved to like Silver, and it moved to this character and that character. So I actually have a few different favorites. But yeah, I enjoy doing Tails because he's the intelligent little kid that I like to add a little sass to whenever I get the chance to. Um, he's mostly sassy with Shadow, like he'll give a little snarky remark, but um, yeah, I enjoy playing Tails. He's a good character, and I plan to kind of continue off from like where Frontiers kind of had his character development and go forth with that. So let's see. Sarah, who's your favorite Tails voice actors? With Bradley Pierce. Um, Bradley Pierce. I don't really remember who uh Bradley Pierce is, but um, my favorite Tails VA, I kind of forgot her name, but would have to be the one from Sonic X. I always loved that Tails voice. That's where I mostly based mine off of before kind of having that with my own little take on it and a little bit of a mix of Colleen as well. So it's like a little bit of a mix, but mostly my own take. But yeah, it was always Sonic X, and then I really enjoyed Colleen's over time. And I will say the Prime one isn't bad, but it's not my favorite. But I kind of like it, but again, it's not my absolute favorite. But um, yeah, definitely the Sonic X and Colleen's are my two favorite Tails VAs. Uh, and I especially love the moments when they make Tails make him sound a little bit more deeper, like make him sound a little bit more, like a male, kind of like in Frontiers, I kind of heard a little bit of a difference in the voice as well. So let's see. To Sarah, not sure if this was done before, but have you ever seen you and Tails doing a video together? It was mostly non-VR chat videos that we've done that. Like, I did Would You Rather's gameplay, stuff like that. Um, I do kind of want to do maybe another one, possibly, where it was Tails and my character, but as a VR chat thing. The only Sarah and Tails VR chat thing we've really done so far was with Art Sarah when she was introduced, because she went to him for help. Um, so that's the only one I can really remember, unless I'm missing anything. But uh, I might do another video, but it really depends. The only reason I could see maybe them doing a video together like that, like if it was a VR chat one, I think it'd be kind of interesting. I wish I had the model, but I don't. But I might do something with a detective kind of related thing, like Sarah and Tails go on a little detective mission, because I don't know if anyone saw this in I think it was Roblox. The Speed Simulator, they had a detective Tales, and I just thought that was beautiful. Like, two of my favorite things put into one, and it'd be kind of funny that I bring that in like a sense, like where Tales would be like, Detective Tales is on the case, or something like that. So I think that'd be interesting. To Sarah, what if there was a metal Sarah? Funny enough, that's always been a thing. I've just never ever showed it, but I do plan to show it in future videos. Let's just say I'm like once I'm all better, I do plan to have two certain uh, robots come into play, and they both come from Sarah's home universe. So, her home zone, that's where Metal Sarah comes from. She's already a thing. Eggman just has to, go say, hey, go get her, and we'll get to see that. Now, I will be using a Metal Amy avatar as a placement, but yeah, Metal Sarah does exist, and so does another Metal variant, but I will not spoil who. To Sarah, besides Tails, have you ever been asked before to do a different voice by your friends, voices that you cannot possibly do, such as Amy, Rouge, or Cosmo? No one's really asked about Amy. Rouge I've kind of decided to do on my own when I had done the Bella channel. It's been a long time since I did IDW Rouge. I don't know if I'll even ever get back to doing her, but I don't think I do a very good Rouge impression. As for Cosmo, I actually plan to voice Cosmo for some of my own stuff. Because I think I can pull off a good Cosmo. I wish I could show you an example, but being sick, I can't really. Um, but as far as asking if I can do voices I can't do, um, it's more so of a flip. It's more so of a me offering to do voices I think I want to do, but yet struggle to do them. I'll put it like that. Like Kitsunami, for example, love the kid, but as much as I want to play him, I'm having a hard time getting the voice down. So, happy holidays. So, will your Tails ever meet Mashed slash Mad Tails or Xena meeting Fleetway? That one would be interesting. The Fleetway and Xena one would be absolutely interesting. Oh my. I have no idea how that would go down, but I'd be more than interesting to see. Um, I might have a certain Fleetway in mind, maybe not modern, but I do have a certain Fleetway in mind. Maybe she could meet. Uh, Also, as for Tails meeting Mashed slash Mad Tails, actually that encounter has already happened. Um, it had happened on Jules's Shadow channel, and uh, let's just say Modern Tails was quite confused during that encounter. Because Shadow was being a bit of a dum dum. So if you want to check it out, it's on that channel. But I do want to consider possibly having them meet again. And because, funny enough, I realized I can do a decently good Crazy Tails impression. I don't know if I might have someone else do Tails for me as placement, but I would love to play Crazy Tails for that. I think that'd be funny. Ooh, that's a good one, KJ. Hi, Sarah and Dragon. Sorry I'm late. Hope I didn't miss much. My question is one, if one of the characters you voiced was real, how would you feel and what would you do? So I guess it really depends on which character. If it was like an evil character, I would be scared. Especially if they were like Nasra or something. I'm like, oh no, we're all dead. We're oh no, because if they were real and if it was like in the real world here, since no one here has superpowers, it'd be kind of like yikes. If it was like Phantom, Gwendol, some of the Menaces, it would be kind of scary because the Menaces, well, you know, they're villains. They go out, they steal, they cause crime. It'd be scary, but at the same time, if I could make friends with them and help them and stop them from like going out and causing havoc, it would be kind of cool. I'd probably be nervous around some of them like Twitch, or some of the others that are like that. Even Split, because even though he can be chill at times, he has an explosive personality that is so unpredictable, and he could be just downright scary and rude. Um, so if the Menaces were even alive, yeah, some of that would be even kind of scary. Uh, I guess you could say if any of the other characters were, real, like let's say Cool Shadina, Sonica, Tails, some of the canon ones, but some of the gender bent ones, that would be cool. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think me and Cool Shadina would probably vibe because we both like cats, we both like coffee. I probably wouldn't eat coffee beans, but I would drink the coffee. I would just give her a cup, be like, here you go, with the beans in it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it would just be it'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. I would just prefer if they were gonna be real, not the villains at least. A Tales VR Chat Christmas cooking show. I sadly probably would not be able to because Christmas is right around the corner, and depending on my voice, I might not be able to get the Tales. And um, yeah, that would be a bit difficult for that. And the only really cooking world in VR chat I know of that's actually decent and good, I don't know even if with the stools if it would be good enough to prop me up enough to reach the counters because it's like a world where you got to be in a human avatar for the most part to kind of reach most things. And Tails is pretty short, so I don't think that would be too possible. But you never know.
Boop.
Ah, no! Oops.
Hmm.
Ooh. So Sarah, last time in live
Also,
stream.
Hun, your thing is still on True Blue's question.
Hmm? Oh yeah, because I can't really go back to the part where his question was to
And you just had
highlight
2 hours, by the way.
Ah, okay. Um, let's see. To Sarah, last time in live stream, Sarah turned into super form, which she showed again. Uh, did she go into super form? I don't really remember. Um, I don't really remember her going super necessarily. I don't think I've actually shown my character to go super yet. Uh, in like actual like video wise or live stream wise. Um, she like the only form I really showed so far was the dark form, I think. Yeah, dark form. When she had encountered Phantom and was feeling Fleetway energy coming through her, so she was getting a lot of that negative emotion. So far, I think I've only ever shown that. Uh, so I don't really remember about super form, but we will be seeing more of Sarah's other forms in the future. There's especially this one I've been like wanting to bring back, which was the werehog. Um, I just had to make like an audio drama and rewrite it because I forgot a character to put in there. Um, and once that's done, we will be able to voice that. I'll have to get some art around, and you guys will get to see what
Check the private
happens.
chat.
You'll get to see what happens when Phantom encounters Werehog Sir. And alright, hun. I'll let you know. Let's see.
Alright, I sent it.
I thought. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Sarah, what if Twitch meets Crazy Tales? Oh, that would be a beautifully chaotic video. I might actually keep that as an idea because that would be absolutely hilarious. I'm not sure how it would go, but those two would definitely be crazy together. Twitch, even though he's a misunderstood villain, like he still has like his mind went so crazy to the point where he knows what he's doing is bad, but he still finds it fun. So then he leans a little bit more on the evil side of things, because his mind is so detached from good and bad and stuff. So I can kind of see him and Tails causing a lot of chaos. So ooh. Hun, if you're listening, there's a question for us both to Sarah and Dragon. What would happen if Cool Shadina and Blade met Mad Amy and Crazy Tails? Oh boy. Well, I know Cool Shadina would definitely not be too interested in meeting them. She would probably try to, uh, she probably would take out her guns and try to shoot them down or something. I don't know. She would not like them. Not one bit. Oh yeah, that would definitely be terrifying. So, let's see. It has been 2 hours. And let's see how many people are watching. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes, just a few more, to either ask any questions or anything else like that, and before we end the stream. So, but yeah, I mean, there's been like a lot of great questions here and stuff, and just in case anyone missed any of the updates, I just want you to remember that um, when it comes to the channel, some things might be out of order because of certain videos not being done on time to keep things in order. So you might see some stuff out of order, but I will be putting playlists together so you will not get confused. Um, so just keep that in mind. So if you missed that update, just know if you see Sarah in future videos, these are things that videos are going to take place after certain events that I have yet to get recorded.
Yeah, sir?
Yeah, it's just I'm getting kind of blocked up here. But
Oh,
let's
okay.
see.
All right then.
How long
are
yeah,
you gonna plan? How long are you gonna plan on going for?
like I told the chat, I'm just gonna go for a few more minutes with questions and stuff, and
Okay.
and then I might recap some of the updates in case anyone missed them, and then we will end. So.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Let's see. If Tails had a favorite movie, what would it be? Uh, that I'm not entirely sure because I'm not like too much of a movie knowing person. Like I would say anything that involves maybe inventor, scientist, anything like that, maybe I don't know, I have a feeling he okay, uh I've never seen Doctor Who, but I don't know why. I have a feeling maybe Tails would check that out. You would probably like some of the more sci-fi, uh, maybe documentary kind of related movies. He would probably like, anything that had to do with inventing airplanes or maybe superhero movies. You never know. Like, well, actually, I don't know if they've had any movies for this, but we know what his favorite anime is. As far as what I can tell from the Twitter takeover, he likes Hero Academia, from what I can remember. So, so in that regard, he probably would like something heroic, some kind of superhero related movies. At least as far as I could probably tell. Maybe anything that he could relate to, like with Sonic and him being sidekicks, or anything that has a similar hero that would remind him of Sonic, maybe even. That's just some of my guesses. Hey Sarah, which one of your upcoming stories are you looking forward to the most? Well, I definitely am looking forward to getting the Mayhem arc rolling. That one I am very uh, interested in getting um, on the ball again. I am interested in maybe hopefully starting the Nasra Genesis series at some point. But I it's mostly the Mayhem arc I want to focus on. And then of course bringing in any other stuff, like any other elements with the Menaces. Like eventually with certain things with Phantom, I eventually do have a story, like an engaging story. Now this is gonna be a long time until then, but a very interesting story that involves Phantom and some of like his father's murderer and certain events that go on there. But I would say the most upcoming stories I can really look into, I'll be looking forward to Mayhem arc and then the continuation of Nazo followed Sarah home in the videos that follow that. So, yep. Hey, Chilled. You guys kind of came in a little bit late. Hey, Benchu. Um, yeah, we're about to wrap up here soon as well. Just giving the chat a little bit extra time to get some last minute questions in and stuff like that. So, yep. And I was just giving quick updates on how the channel will be from now on. With me, if I cannot get the certain videos out that are supposed to take place right after certain videos, things are gonna have to be out of order, but I'm gonna make playlists so that things don't get too confusing. So, also, Hun, if you're still here, KJ said, "Yo, Dragon, what memes was the funniest you've ever seen?"
I am David.
Well, that's an easy one. All right, well, let's see. Hey, nice, Chilled. Nice. Yeah, he's talking about beating.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah.
Out of like all the times I even did Chronos Island, I beat it like in under 2 hours when I was at level 1. So don't even try that with me.
Lol. All right. So, I'll probably do.
Let's do maybe like
2 more
2 or 3.
updates. Well, I think that's enough for questions. I'm going to do 2 more updates real quickly.
Sure.
So one update is that I will probably do more of these, whether they're solo or with friends. Both they'll be out of character and in character. I might try to do one once a week. I don't know. If you guys want to see more of this, just let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more chill streams like this.
This is kind of. I know you said no more questions, but I'm kind of curious to know. KJ wants to know what's your Christmas wish. I'm kind of curious.
Christmas wish. See, the only thing I really truly want for Christmas, I know it's gonna be a bit to wait for, but the only wish I have, as an all-around year gift, I would say, is just to be able to go see Dragon. That's all I want.
I knew that was coming. You guys should have knew that was coming anyway.
Yeah. I mean, my mom asks me all the time, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, I don't know.
I want money to go see my girl. There you go. There's my Christmas wish. If you guys are wondering.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, go ahead and call it.
Well, the other update, if I can remember what it was, trying to remember. I think I'll probably start on content after. I'm gonna guess probably New Year's. If I'm anywhere at all any good by that time, and I can start recording again, I might start recording around that time again. Maybe. No promises, but it might have to be a bit before we see actual new fresh content that hasn't already been recorded. I mean, like now getting recorded kind of thing. And for this upcoming year, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do as far as how much content I'll be able to get out, because I want to focus on my college semester, but at the same time, I might need money for that, and then I might need to balance work with it. So I need to decide what I'm going to do with work, college, and YouTube. And if all else fails, I might have to put work on the side and then just do college. And YouTube will just be there to kind of help me kind of pay off college a little bit, because I will still need money to be brought in. So if you guys ever want to donate to help out, I have my PayPal and even my Cash App in the pinned comment, and I'll probably update my description with it as well. But yeah, I might just be doing YouTube as much as I can, but also to kind of help me out with college a little bit. So you might not be able to see as much content, but don't worry because there's plenty of ideas, plenty of things in store. It's just gonna take time. Yep.
Yeah,
Let
hon.
me take a last minute comments.
Yeah, hon. Check the private chat. I'm kind of curious about a character, if you don't mind, so I don't mess it up.
Alrighty.
Just type it in.
Yep.
Oh,
I just see that.
Okay, good. All right, good. Just want to make sure I got it. Just want to make sure I got it right.
Mm-hmm. And KJ, that was a beautiful comment there. KJ said, "Oh, I kind of thought she was gonna say a year supply of coffee, lol." I mean, that would be a good gift. But yeah. So, anyways, that was a little bit longer than I expected, but I had a lot of fun. Honey, that was a lot of fun. That was a nice chill stream. Hope you guys all enjoyed. And if you want to see more, let me know. I might do this again, possibly tomorrow, maybe Christmas if I feel like it. If I'm up for it, just to chill. Maybe just because I want to make it up since I didn't get any Christmas content out. Might still try to get that content out, but if not, at least we streamed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So hope you guys all enjoyed. Any feedback for anything, any extra questions, you can leave in the comments below. Thank you all for coming, and thank you, Hun, for accompanying me. Yee. And so, catch you all next time, and Sarah and Dragon signing out.
Had a bit! I'm just playing later.